Hey, welcome to the Tony Scott Internet Show. What a way to start a show, huh? Hey, who am I, Fonzie? What is that? Man, we're headed towards the end of 2014 very fast. This would be what my kids would call New Year's Adam. Because the next day would be New Year's Eve, and then it's New Year's Day. I don't know. I never got that whole thing, but hey. I'm sure my kids didn't invent that. They probably heard it at school somewhere. But hey, I think I actually heard that when I was growing up, now that I think about it. But what? Tony Scott Show, Internet Show. Hey, Friday, why don't we make it our first date night with our honey, our significant other, our boo, at Kathy's Kitchen. Come on down, have some dinner. I'm going to do this show live from Kathy's Kitchen on Friday night, 250 South Florissant. I'm inviting you right now. All right, we'll have a dinner special. We'll have great food. I mean, Kathy's Kitchen has great food. I mean, so much so that there are plans to expand. Not just the Kathy's Kitchen brand, but other restaurants too. So, and they were good people. It's a great atmosphere. You can bring the family if you want to, but let's do a date night. First date night of the year. The day after New Year's. How about that? Yeah, man. All right, let's see what's going on because, the NFL, the bloodbath, was it not? Mark Trestman and the general manager of the Chicago Bears both fired. All right, Mike Smith in Atlanta Falcons, he was there 7 years. He had the last two seasons were losing seasons. He actually took him to the Super Bowl one year. He was fired. Rex Ryan, New York Jets, he's fired along with the general manager of that team. The coach, the owner of the Jets, he had a press conference and he was like, it was kind of obvious that we had to make a change. Because the Jets were like 4-12. So they were just horrible. And of course, Jim Harbaugh, I believe, left the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday and is going to take over Michigan. College football, his alma mater. My alma mater would be Columbia School of Broadcasting. Not much I could do with that, huh? Are they even around anymore? I'm not sure. I didn't go to college. No, didn't happen for me. When I was growing up, it was if you finished high school, we were told you're set for life. This is what we were told, back home in Texas. Man, you finish high school, man, you ain't have no worries. The rest of your life, man, you're going to be good. Get that high school diploma, man, it's going to be easy sailing. Because college wasn't really a reality in my family. My sister went. The middle child in our family, Lisa, she went back to college later in life and got her degree. So I never set foot in another college other than to speak to college students. So there. That's how that went down. But the bloodbath in the NFL, not saying this is going to be over, but by any stretch, there may be more heads to roll. They say the guy in Washington, Jay Gruden, might be on the line. Tony Soprano, not Tony Soprano. What's his name? Tony Sparano may be gone in Oakland. He was named interim head coach some games into the season, but he may not be back. If Jim Harbaugh would have took the Oakland offer, Tony Sparano would definitely not have gone back. Tony Sparano is the only NFL coach who, well, actually he's not. Ron Rivera wears sunglasses, but Tony Sparano will wear his sunglasses when they're playing like Monday Night Football. So he's just too cool for the room, right? But there's a rumor that he may be gone. The guy in Buffalo, I can't think of his name, but their head coach, he actually has an out. And if you have an out in Buffalo, you should take it. So, but I don't know. The Rams are actually going to pick 10th in the next NFL draft. It's all based on your record. Worst record picks first, and then so on and so forth. And the Rams wound up 10th. Who will they take? What position will they take to fill? What do they want to fill? Do we need another quarterback? Because ours has been broken the last 2 years. I don't know. Somebody actually posted on Twitter that RG3 will be with the Rams this coming season. He said, watch. We'll see. Very interesting. But we're in the playoffs now this season of the NFL. And defensive lineman Ndamukong Suh of the Detroit Lions has been suspended for the wild card playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys this coming weekend. They had him on camera stepping on the leg of Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. According to the NFL, he, quote, unnecessarily stepped on the opponent's unprotected leg as he lay on the ground unable to protect himself. Now, Ndamukong Suh is appealing the suspension. But if it's denied, Detroit will be without both of its first-round defensive tackle selections. He says it would take a miracle for defensive tackle Nick Fairley to play against the Cowboys. He injured his knee in week 8, so he's not even close to being ready, according to Jim Caldwell. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But see, the thing is I saw the video, and you only see it from the waist, from Ndamukong Suh's waist down, his legs, right? You see Aaron Rodgers laying on the ground, and the guy, Ndamukong Suh, steps on the man's leg. And I think he already had an injured calf, and of course, Ndamukong Suh probably already knew that, because they know, they're updated before, who they're playing. They the whole week they're studying the other team, and they know who's injured, who's kind of gimpy. They know all this stuff, and then I'm sure they get updates as the game goes on that, hey, he's limping, man, take him out. One of those kind of things. But Ndamukong Suh has a reputation. He's a great football player, but for some reason he gets this. He has a reputation, and it's well earned for being a dirty player, because he does a lot of foul things like that. He stepped on a few people like that on purpose, and it's been penalized in the past, I believe. So when you have that kind of reputation, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Is it fair? Well, you know what? Try telling that to Aaron Rodgers' leg, because that looked like, Aaron Rodgers, like he was laying on the ground, the dude stepped on his leg, and he just kind of like pushed him, like, get off of me. It was kind of, you'd have to see it, but it looked like it hurt. Because Ndamukong Suh is not a small man. He's a defensive tackle. So he's big, muscular, heavy. Big bone, heavy structured, as Bernie Mac used to say. Hey, President Obama, apparently he's in Hawaii playing golf. And the Secret Service was clearing out space, and that means the wedding of Natalie Heimel and her fiancé, Edward Malu Jr. They decided to get married. It was the same day the president was going to play golf. It was the same venue, and so the Secret Service cleared him. And not only did, and then the president didn't even show up. he didn't. Wait. Let me see if I get this right. Oh, they invited President Obama to the wedding on a lark. He did not show up, but he destroyed their wedding plans because he made them relocate to a lush green lawn. It was supposed to be on the 16th hole of the golf course, which is apparently a coveted wedding spot. It's the spot everybody wants to get married at in Hawaii, I guess. It's a big deal. But the Secret Service, they don't play. They tell you you're not having it, and they won't even tell you why. They just tell you we're Secret Service and ain't going down. That's it. Now, either you move or we will move you. Because the Secret Service basically answers really to nobody when it comes to the president's safety. They may have some scandals, some drinking scandals and stuff like that they had in the past with some prostitutes and all that kind of stuff. But like, when it comes to protecting the president, though, and being aggressive, I've never known the Secret Service to be told to, fall back. Now, the president did send them a note of congratulations, and he apologized for not being able to go to the wedding. But what would be really cool if the president took them out to dinner in Hawaii? Why not? Why not? Take them to dinner, man. Get to know the people. He already knows. He's pretty good with stuff like that. But take him to dinner in Hawaii. Why not, man? You kind of, crapped on their wedding, Mr. President, a little bit. Not you, the Secret Service. You get what I'm saying. Well, wouldn't that be awesome if he took them to dinner or maybe a lunch? Wouldn't that be awesome? You could invite them to the White House and do the same thing, but while you're in Hawaii, get it done and, they could tell their kids, the President Obama one time wanted to play golf, and the Secret Service squashed our wedding. But we got married anyway, and the president, not only did he apologize and send a note, he actually took us to dinner. That would be awesome. I think that's a great idea. My wife had that idea. I'm not going to take credit for it. My wife, she said, that would be pretty good. I said, yeah, it would be pretty good. That would be really good. Thoughts and prayers going out to the Gospel Hall of Famer, Vanessa Bell Armstrong. Her son passed away. Terrence Van Armstrong passed away. He was 38. He passed away actually almost a month ago. 9 months ago, she lost her mother. But she did tell her fans, thanks to everyone who prayed for me and for all the love that you have shown me and my family all the years that I've been out here. Also for my loss of my wonderful mother and my dearest son. You really showed me that you love me and I love you right back forever. And she also on, was that Twitter? Posted a bunch of hearts, and she says, I will see him again. And she posted a close-up photo of her son. So may he rest in peace. It's never a good time to lose anybody close. But we're not supposed to bury our children. I say that over. I'm not telling you. You've heard that before. You've heard that saying before. We're not supposed to bury our children. Not supposed to be that way. But it happens. TMZ says that Robin Thicke and Paula Patton spent Christmas Eve partying together at her place. But they're never in the same photo. Now, they are divorced, right? Paula Patton's cousin apparently put pictures up from the shindig on her Instagram, and it shows Robin Thicke apparently still close to Paula Patton's family despite the divorce and all that alleged cheating and stuff like that. But, they say it was totally normal for Paula to invite Robin because of Julian, their son. I'm not buying that one. Now, his current girlfriend, April Love Geary, she was not his plus one at Paula's crib. I mean, a woman, she may be all right with him and everything, but she got to draw the line in the sand. You can come, man, because, you're still kind of like family. My family loves you. Now, don't bring your girl. I get that. I understand, because it's too soon. Maybe in 20 years you can bring your girl, but for right now, not so much. Not so much. We'll see. Now, my oldest daughter, when she had, I forgot what birthday it was, but we went down there and took my wife, and my ex-wife had no problem with it. She was cool. Of course, she had a man in her life then, so she was happy. So, it was all good. It was all good. Christina Aguilera. Her and like 10 friends decided they wanted to go to Disneyland out in California to celebrate her 34th birthday. Where has the time gone? Still a stunning woman, Christina Aguilera is, but she wanted a picture with Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse was going on a break. So she was going to have to wait. And apparently she didn't like waiting. She didn't want to wait because she's Christina Aguilera. But, those Mickey Mouse costumes, man, those things are hot. They're heavy. You're in there sweating. It's not it's pretty normal. In the summertime, you could lose anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds easy wearing that suit, right? And, of course, she just cussed Mickey Mouse. Who cusses Mickey Mouse out? Wasn't Christina Aguilera like a Mickey Mouse Club kid back in the day? When they brought it back? Her and Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. But apparently when she flew into a rage. She called Mickey Mouse an a-hole. And then she played the "Do you know who I am" card. Anytime somebody says, "Do you know who I am?" that means you won. That just means you won. Because now you can say, "I do know who you are. I don't care." Or you can say, "I have no idea who you are." Either way, you win, right? When they say that, the ball is in your court. It's time to slam it back in their face, man. Do you know who I am? Come on, man. And then her friends started cussing out Mickey Mouse, too. And when Mickey Mouse is out, he has his handler with him, right? And, of course, the handler took Mickey to a safe zone, and then the police were called. And by the time the cops came, Christina and her people, they had already left. How you gonna cuss out Mickey Mouse, man? And you were part of the Mickey Mouse Club. You were part of the Mickey, first of all, before all that, who goes to Disneyland and don't take their kids? I understand it's your birthday and you want a day out with your friends and all that, but you can't go to Disneyland and not take your kids. Come on, man. That's just wrong on so many levels. That really is. That stinks. And then you can't abuse Mickey Mouse like that, man. Don't do that. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. I mean, really, think about that for a second. That is really wrong. Congratulations to Alicia Keys and her husband, Swiss Beats. They had their second child together. A little boy, another boy. Egypt is 4 years old. That's their son. Now they have Genesis Ali is their second son. Genesis Ali Beats. She posted his footprints on, I think, Instagram. "The joy of joy is joy. It's a boy. We are so grateful," she captioned the photo with. Alicia Keys is already 33 years old. She was 21 when she came out officially, right, with the first album. And they've had their sex. So now Swiss Beats, he's got 5 kids now, right? He's got 3. I think he's got like a 14, a 7, and a 5-year-old. So he's got a 5-year-old and he's got a 4-year-old. And then this baby. They've been married since August of 2010. So congratulations, man. Anytime when a baby is born, that's always a good time, man. Always a good time. A construction here in St. Louis is going to begin on the National Blues Museum. I forgot they're going to put a blues museum downtown. They had to push it back, but finally it's going to start. They had to raise $13 million to start the building process. $5 million from historic and new market tax credits. $7 million came from private donations, including $6 million from Pinnacle Entertainment. Aren't they in the casino business? So expect a lot of blues concerts and stuff to be going on one of the casinos. I can't remember which one it is, but they're hoping to have this puppy ready by fall. Right there at 6th and Washington in St. Louis, downtown. So there you go. What about this man in St. Peters, Missouri, which is, next county over from St. Louis County if you're not in the St. Louis area, because this podcast, if you don't know, is worldwide. It feels good to say it. And, actually, there are people who do listen in parts of the country. I get analytics and stuff. People listen in the Philippines, and they're listening in Germany and all kinds of places like that. So if you're listening around the world, send me a note. Let me know where you're listening to and your name, and I'll shout you out during the podcast, right? But apparently, David Anderson Hampton Jr. was arrested for assault. He used a roll of wrapping paper to choke his wife. That's felony domestic assault, $50,000, cash only bail. Okay? He was choking his wife with Christmas wrapping paper, and he did it on Christmas. Man. I get heated up all the time because I did a video a while back about why a man will always lose the domestic violence situation. You lay your hands on a woman, and you're just gonna. And it's not so much, well, she hit me first, because men will say, well, I'm not gonna let no, and they'll call her a bitch. They'll say, I'm not gonna let no bitch hit me. Well, first of all, you're wrong, because you don't call a woman a bitch, right? Can we stop with that? Okay? Can we just stop with that? And if you're shaking your head, you're damn right, Tony. But if you in your circle of friends refer to your girlfriends as bitch, please, all that stuff like that, you're just as guilty. Okay? You're an enabler. But I'm with my friend. Don't matter. If you condone it on any level in any situation, then you're just as guilty. But a lot of men will say, I'm not going to let no woman hit me and not hit them back. Which to me is not. See, the big picture is this. And I know you're getting tired of me talking about this. But the big picture is, let's put aside the fact that you could probably mop the floor with this woman, even though she hit you first. You're probably much bigger and stronger. You could probably severely injure this woman if you want to. On many different levels, right? But the thing is that you're going to get arrested. You got to hire a lawyer. You're going to miss work. And even if she hits you first, there's a good possibility that's not even going to matter. You know what I'm saying? So all these things already are going against you. So why would you just go down that road to satisfy your ego? Well, women want equal rights. It don't work that way, man. It don't work that way. I don't know what to do to get you guys to understand that, man. The big picture, protect yourself and walk away. So what, she hit you? She ain't hurt you, man. She ain't hurt you. She probably helped get that crick out of your neck. I'm just saying. But think about that, fellas. You may lose your job because you have to take off from work, and they may not be understanding that you got to take off from work because you have to go to court because you hit a woman. So they may fire you, and they can. Like I said, you're going to have to hire a lawyer. That ain't cheap. Then you're going to have to go to court and whatever the judge deems as your punishment, because you're not going to get off the hook. You're not going to get off the hook. You're going to get convicted, man. You're either going to go to jail, depending on how bad the beating was. You're going to get a fine. You're going to get put on probation, something like that. So you're going to have a mark on your record because you decided, I ain't going to let no woman hit me. Really? Think about it, man. Come on. Come on, man. In Kentucky, James Graham apparently broke into Joni Yount's home on Thanksgiving Day and burned it down. He set it on fire. And now, why would he do this? Why would James Graham do this? He's 37 years old. Apparently, he did it because she rejected his Facebook friend request. He was on Facebook. He commented on some photos, sent several friend requests, and she said no. She's a single mom who doesn't want a relationship, but that wasn't good enough. So, dude, he needed her to understand what it felt like to be rejected, so he burned up her house. They're looking for him. They don't even have him yet. But when they get him, bail's going to be $50,000. Maybe he can do Kickstarter and raise the money for the bail. Maybe he could do... Come on, man. You see? I just don't understand some people. Man, she said she don't want to be your friend. What's wrong with that, man? Well, I mean, what's wrong? If you didn't want to be somebody's friend on Facebook, you have a right to do the same damn thing. What happened, man? You just knew you were in there, man? You knew? You told your boys that's your girl and everything? Well, what happened? Well, I mean, why would you do that? That's the most ridiculous thing ever. Why would you do something like that, man? I mean, this is beyond comprehension. Now you're in trouble with the law because she turned down your Facebook friend request. I wonder after he set her house on fire, and I think he set a box near her bed on fire, and then he ran away like a coward, right? But I mean, I wonder after he did it, when he ran away, did he just take a second and go, what did I just do? Do you think he did that? No. No, man, he ain't do that. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, man. I appreciate you listening, downloading, sharing. You know, all that stuff means so much. The views, the listens have actually accelerated a lot recently, and I don't know why, but I appreciate it. I'm loving it with you, man. So if you enjoy the show, please share it. Tell people that I do have a long-form program that I do where I talk about a lot of stuff. I don't play music because music on the internet, if you want to do it right, it costs money, and I ain't got it like that. Not yet. But I appreciate you. I am on the radio on the weekends. Actually, I'm filling in this week for Stacy Static on Old School 95.5 in St. Louis. You can, of course, listen on 95.5, or you can listen on the internet at oldschool955.com, or there is an Old School 95.5 app for your smartphone or tablet, iOS or Android. Don't matter. But I appreciate you, man. All right, don't forget to join me, Kathy's Kitchen, for this show live from Kathy's Kitchen. This show will be live from Kathy's Kitchen on Friday night from 6 to 8. That's at 250 South Florissant in Ferguson. It's a great spot. Make it date night. Why not? You're going to have New Year's Eve with your family, stuff like that. And then the next night, you and I will get together and I'll do this live. You'll have dinner. It'll be great. It'll be early. So you still have time to do something, maybe catch a movie or something like that. But come on by and have dinner at Kathy's Kitchen. It's going to be great. No, I'm not paying for your dinner, but I still would love for you to come by, all right? I'll see you Friday. All right, thanks so much for listening, and Happy New Year.